most importantly, man, thank y'all for continuing to give back to the kids and truthfully invest in them. I haven't seen a lot of people in New Jersey particularly put the time and the effort in to push content out, to set up camps, to set up different events for these younger kids and really get some exposure and ultimately play the game they love against the best players they can.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the E7 podcast. It is your co-host, Corey Mack, joined, as always, by the man, the myth, the legend, Nico Storetti. What's going on, buddy?
Man, I'll take that intro.
It just came out, but yo, I'm not going to lie, dude. I was driving today, and I was thinking in my head, all right, how can I be a better podcaster? How can I, take it to the next step? For real, I got to get better at intros, for everyone, man. And
well, that's pretty cliche. So we're here. We're back. We have a big week ahead of us. Next weekend is July 8th, Tournament 3. Just staying focused on delivering a wonderful event where the kids can compete, get better, develop, showcase, exposure, all that great stuff.
So start off with the great stuff. Let's talk about how we're going to do a speed test. When we got that news today, right, I was like, man, that's starting to put us at a point where we want to be, right? We want to be helping kids excel and leave with data and exposure. And it's like, that right there is helping. So what's going on with that? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Breakaway data. They were down in Elite 11 in Texas. I connected with one of their reps and I just asked questions, curious as to what they were doing there. What were they measuring? It was for the quarterbacks. The cameras were 360 circle around the quarterback, recording their biomechanics. And with that recording, we were able to measure their angles, their force, all these things three-dimensionally. It comes from a baseball measurement tool. So the quarterback, easy transition.
Right. From
that, they've seen other avenues to explore, and the miles per hour avenue is something that they can do. And basically what it is they have two markers set up probably towards the end of your last 40, 50, if it's a 50-yard dash, 60-yard dash, towards the end of your dash. So it's your top end speed. That's what we're going to measure, your max speed, and it's in mile per hour form. So participants will come, they will warm up, and they'll do their 1v1s, and then it's game time. And at some point along the game, on the sidelines, however, we have...
There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot going on the sidelines on this one, more than ever. Right?
We have the track. We have the track.
Of course. So, if that's where
we should put that message out for kids to bring sneakers that they feel comfortable sprinting in, because measure your miles per hour on the track.
True. It's going to be awesome. And again, pushing education to these kids as well on certain things with recruiting and just getting ready for that. I'm excited, man. We're bringing so much more value every single event. You realize that every event there's been added value. And we went to the stadium the other day. We saw where we're at now. I mean, come on, 3 events in and we're at this beautiful stadium, man. It's got a lot going on there. Concessions, all that stuff finally.
Wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. Shout out Sweat 440, Royal Jewelers, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Absolutely.
Bargains and Bundles, Charlie's Pizza, Ocean Organics.
Yeah, these are the people that help, man.
These companies, I believe that's all of them. We're not missing anybody.
No, we're not. You just hit them all in the head.
They've made this possible.
100%.
Next week's another week.
Yep.
So with this event and having a college stadium, to play 7v7 at a college from an outside company. How is that even happening? Well, you have to have good relationship with people in life, and in time, good things come to you. Fortunately, that was this case. During my career, I ran along the path of others and university, and I was given this opportunity, something they want us to do annually as a 77 company, going to a Division III college and hosting a tournament. We've spoken with Division I schools. A lot of D1 schools kind of like to do their own thing.
Mhm.
Just do MetLife next year.
Yeah.
No big. So we're 12 stadiums in the near future, where these events are just going to be on bigger platforms, bigger exposure, and becoming fun. I'm not going to lie. Not only is this something for football in terms of recruiting and exposure, and that's what we talk about a lot. I just want kids who are also, don't forget, playing 7v7 football, not hitting with pads and all that is still cool. And I think what we're creating is a sport of its own.
For sure.
Sport where a lot of kids who maybe if they aren't good in contact football, maybe their parents don't want them in contact football, it's still a good avenue for that kid to come play. We are definitely the highest, the least concussion-prone football you can play, and brain trauma like zero. We've been safe and healthy, so it's a great place to play and get exposure, but it's also fun and recreational in the same sense.
Now, are we gonna try to do the relay race? Or should we even bring that up? Should I have brought that up?
We may have to have an Elite 7v7 like fair day, like play day, like a combine day, like where your team shows up as a competition.
Right.
Are we then set up, and that's all we do, because it's very difficult to play football, burn yourself out, also do a sprint, and then now do a relay. It's a lot. It's a lot.
No,
One day.
Yeah, so that's true.
We hang our hat on the fact that we want kids to get out of our events healthy.
Of course. I mean, that should be known. Let me see here. So now today we do have Elijah McAllister on.
Elijah.
So he's coming on here shortly. Kid out of Auburn, went to Vanderbilt. Dude, he's a big kid. He's a big kid.
I believe it.
6'8"? No, 6'6", 6'6", 245.
Looks like he's 6'8".
Monster.
That's very athletic. He played basketball at Rumson Fairhaven. He was a varsity football player there, obviously. He is proving that he's a viable resource in the SEC.
Right.
Being captain at Vanderbilt on the defensive side of the ball, and then becoming a transfer in the portal, showing up at Auburn, and now creating a name for himself at a higher pedigree of a school. Definitely a SEC championship contender.
For sure.
And I'm so happy to have a player on here from the SEC, from the Shore Conference. Hopefully we could get players like Noshawn Marino on here in the future.
For sure.
Well, ex-players, and just learn, so these kids can hear it directly from someone who's doing it, not from someone who's telling you how to do it.
Right. I mean, he's definitely going to be that person. Tons of experience already. I'm definitely excited to ask him some questions about his next steps. And what does he plan on doing?
Elijah has a lot planned and mapped out. He's a great individual in terms of community service. He has a foundation, All for One for All, which is in my LinkedIn bio. It's a saying from a friend of mine that passed away. It was how he painted his boat. So we call that tantra in the yogic world, and I feel aligned with this individual. He does have an event the day before ours. It's free. It's in Monmouth County, and it's a foundation for football where he's teaching kids how to play football, have fun, and he just wants to do the right thing. So he's
that.
Very bright future, and he's looking for any networking and any way to learn. So how can you not bring a kid like that on a show like this?
I do agree. I mean, you've done pretty well. I mean, we're in episode what, 5 or 6?
5 or 6, and we got an SEC.
I know, and the list of people who have agreed to be on is pretty awesome as well, man. And I'm excited to meet this kid and see what he has to do in the future. Do you think he's going to go to the NFL? Do you think he's going to have?
Oh, down my mind, he may be a first.
Really? Wow, that's awesome.
I mean, 6'6" defensive outside linebacker, and you can jump and run, and your arms are like long, and he's physical. Yeah. Watch how he plays. You know, it's in his cards to play in the league, 100%. He's healthy. He puts on a little bit more weight, then that's NFL right there.
Really, more weight than 245?
He's a defensive and outside linebacker, correct? On their roster.
He is a defensive lineman. That's what it says.
Yeah. 45. He's that defensive end. We'll ask him about his position, but I see him as like that hybrid DN,
right?
Dropping. So 245 is not bad, but at the end, you gotta put a little rocks in yourself. Also the SEC, but he's athletic enough. There's kids nowadays that are athletic enough to make up for the weight.
Yeah,
and he's long. He's 6'6", so that makes up for it. But I'm sure they want him to put on weight.
Wow. That's crazy.
Guaranteed. We'll ask him about it too.
I can't wait. And you know what's cool, man? And you know what I really can't wait for, honestly, when it comes to the podcast? I can't wait to have returning guests, especially with the format that we're going for. When these kids return, they're going to be hopefully at the next level. So it's like crazy to see that.
We're going to make sure we're playing their highlights on this show while in between
100%
breaks. Like,
it's so funny you said that, because that's what I was going to say. We should try to do. I just need to look at the rights part of it. Like, I don't want us to get any like copyright strikes or anything, but I agree. I mean, there should absolutely be these highlights for our guests. So with that being said, again, thank you to our sponsors, and let's get into the guest again, Elijah McAllister. What's going on, man? Welcome to the E7 podcast.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me, man. Let's get into it, man. I'm excited to hear the questions and figure out what y'all got for me. But I'm excited to be on here and appreciate y'all inviting me, man.
Absolutely. Nico, start it off, man. Start it off, because I know you got a bunch of questions.
Pleasure to have you, my man. We appreciate you taking your time in your busy schedule. I do and do not miss those days. It's a double-edged sword, but there are definitely some special moments in your life coming and that you're experiencing. So just cherish them while they're here, and it all reason in your path. Yeah, man. SEC, bro. Football, big time. I'm like a little kid when it comes to this. A dream of mine is to go to an Alabama LSU game at LSU. Since I was a little kid, I just feel like SEC football is the epitome of the art of football. And if you want to relate the NFL to the art of football, maybe the Green Bay Packers in the 60s. Like, I love that rugged, blue collar, hard nosed football, and SEC football always delivers. So that's kind of like my biggest question is like, and I messaged you that a little bit, but like going from short conference football to Vanderbilt gave you a huge taste of SEC football, right? You probably were on the nail side more than the hammer, but now you're a War Eagle. You guys are going to be throwing sledgehammers at people this year, I'm sure.
100%. I mean, there's this funny, joke that we have just about the SEC. We always tell people there's 3 conferences in the world. There's only 3. It's the AFC, the NFC, and the SEC. It's pretty much it. Like, I mean, the SEC has had the most players drafted in the NFL, the most players invited to the combine in the last 9 years. That's no fluke. I mean, that's just facts. So you're going to, week in and week out, everybody beats everybody. There's NFL players across the board consistently throughout the week. And it's just super fun to play. Obviously, the atmosphere is amazing. Fans sell out every game, no matter where you go and what your record is, because football is everything down here. And just the talent level is second to none. I mean, I played with a ton of draft picks on past team. I'm playing with a ton currently right now. Played against, you can name anybody. I mean, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Andrew Thomas, Joe Burrow. Anybody, literally anybody that is a top level player in the NFL, I played against or with. It just speaks to the talent that we have in the league, and just honestly gives you confidence to be like, okay, I made plays against these dudes for years, and I see them making plays in the NFL. I mean, come on now, why can't that be me?
That's amazing. Well, listen, my first question for you is definitely like, where did it all start? Tell us a little bit about yourself. I want to hear where it all started from.
Yeah, man. So I'm a big basketball guy. So I played basketball my whole life. Never really got good at playing football until my 8th grade year. Always just couldn't really get control of my body. So I see all these kids, doing well as a younger age. I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But, there's going to be some kids that, it takes a little bit of time to get into their body, and it's a learning curve for them. That was me. So I didn't really like football because I wasn't good at it. I was always good at basketball. I can actually run and jump and just do whatever. And then I got good at football playing in 8th grade. It was my first year playing for the Rumson AYF program, and ended up playing both ways and starting and doing my thing there. And then that's kind of how I decided to go to the Rumson Regional High School, which honestly the only decision that helped me make that was the fact that I wanted to keep playing football. I was going to go to like a basketball specific school, like the Pack school, something like that, to play basketball because I was always really good at it. I played high level AAU my whole life. I was like, you know what? I finally got good at football one year. Let me try it out for another. And then I did it, and I played AYF at Rumson, and then decided to go play there in high school. And that's kind of how it all started for me, coming from Asbury Park, New Jersey, and being a high level basketball player, still playing throughout high school, but really kind of getting my feet wet and getting comfortable with football my 8th grade year, and then throughout my high school career.
I told you basketball is where it started. I did a little research. I saw some pictures of you playing basketball. I thought maybe you were like a Jazeki, play some volleyball too. You never know. But it's just amazing to me, like how people's story, because I'm a sports performance guy and I train athletes, and I have parents and kids. They go to a million camps, they do a million things, and like they still don't end up somewhere, and I try to explain to people, sometimes there's just someone better than you out there. That kid may not even step on the football field till his senior year of high school. And if you don't understand that as an athlete, then you'll never understand what it's going to take to rise and get better and better. And like you said, you develop some confidence going up against competition, makes plays, seeing these guys on Sundays. Now it's like, it's my turn, right? Like I'm next.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize, like, okay, there's a ton of talent in your area in the state, but like, I mean, golly, there's these states play football year round. I mean, like, these dudes are not playing. I tell people all the time, like, you come to a practice down south, and you see some of these dudes, they're legitly built, speed, physicality-wise, from high school. I mean, I'm looking at some of these kids at the camps, going to high school, Auburn camp, and trying to get on scholarship off. I'm like, okay, there's a different level from state to state in terms of talent-wise. So I think people need to kind of realize that and know how hard it is to really get to this level. And then once you finally get here, I mean, it's a dogfight every single day at practice. Practice is harder than the game, because the game, I know what kind of reps I'm going to get. I know the rotation, I'm going to be good. Practice, I'm fighting for my life. I'm looking over my shoulder, I'm like, okay, well, I got to make a play at some point. Well, I got to make sure I got P's and Q's, or else my spot going to get taken.
You just, I mean, echoing in the pads, your name ain't echoing in the coach's vocal boards. Who are you?
Exactly. So,
someone else.
Yeah.
I try to explain this to these kids.
I was just going to say that.
I try to explain to coaches, but and that's why, and I said this to a parent today, and I need to say this to more parents and coaches. The number one qualification to become a Division I football coach in their resume application process, you have to have played Division I football. And the reason that I believe they hold that standard is, if you didn't lace up for 5 years at a Division I level, you don't really know the sense of urgency. You don't really understand the level of dedication and like kind of insanity. Actually, definite insanity. You know what camp goggles are.
Yeah.
Like, 2023, 24, and I'm still talking about camp goggles.
Yeah. All the time.
I had a whole alter ego come out. They called me Vanilla Bean. I started freestyling anytime a camera came on me during. That was my senior year. That was my 5th camp. And the way our camp structure was, if you made all 30 days of camp, you got a ticket at the cafeteria for a steak. And I hit like 3 or 4 of the camps. I made every practice. One camp, I dealt with like a little bit of like a rash, and I couldn't practice. That's how bad the rash was.
Wow.
It was that bad. The worst rash he's ever seen in 30, 40 years of his life. And I practiced for like 5 days with it. And then he said, "Why are you doing this to yourself?" I'm like, I get that.
Got to.
Like just the level of I can't miss practice. And then I got a concussion one camp. And then, I had like, calcium deposits in my patella tendon. I had to get jabbed, take a day off. So as you get older, which this is your fifth year, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Your body's a little different. When did you get that like holy shit moment? Like, this is crazy, this level of football. What was it? A certain hit? Was it a certain person you went up against? Was it like initially at Vanderbilt when you first got your taste of
Yeah. I mean,
when did you realize, like, whoa, maybe I'm a little outside myself, but I know I can in time?
Yeah, I mean, I always knew, like, I could play at this level. Even as a freshman, like, I always made plays against our first team offense, scout team, and that's really how I got better coming into my freshman. So I always knew I could play at the level. I think the moment it was like, oh my goodness, like, what am I getting into again? When the first game I played, my first year playing was against Andrew Thomas and Georgia. We played Georgia. They lured national championship. They're in the national championship the year before. I was watching it at home with my friends. The next year I'm playing against them the first game of the season.
What did you weigh at that time?
I only weighed like 230.
So, and you were a defensive end.
Yeah, and I mean, some people don't know, but in this league, like, I mean, in this league, you can't be 240 playing defensive end and every down.
You were just having this weight conversation before you came on.
Like,
what I'm saying is, people like you are athletic enough and can read hips to set up one-on-one battles to put yourself in the position to make a play.
Exactly. And I was only playing sub downs and different things like that. But that was my first game of my year. I was literally just watching with my friends in the national championship the year before, Alabama, Georgia. And then this upcoming year, I'm playing the first game of the year, I'm playing against Georgia. And Andrew Thomas at left tackle and Isaiah Wilson's at right tackle. And the next year, Andrew Thomas drafted 4th overall by the Giants. And Isaiah Thomas gets drafted 28th overall by the Titans. So I'm like, I just played against 2 first-round picks in my first game ever at college, SEC game in college. Like, what is going on? And I just was play. I'm literally at my home, at home. My friends like hanging out with the boys, watching TV, like as if it's regular. And I just play against these guys the next year. So that was kind of like the wow moment for me. Oh my goodness moment for me. And I think just the everyday, like I talk about talent level. There's kids out in the world there I don't think people truly realize. I mean, like 6'4", 6'5", 280, like running 4.5. Like, I'm talking about just athletic freaks. Simply God-given ability. And there's people that are like that and that are filled throughout all the rosters in the country that is like you said, talent is a big part of it, but like, I mean, some people just have it. Some people just have it. The athleticism.
Most of the people at the highest level, they just have it.
Yes, they check every box that you can think of.
They the kid from North, Micah Ford, he's just going to Stanford. Kids like him, they just have it. Like, it doesn't matter who trains him. Doesn't matter what sport he plays each season in high school. Yeah. That kid's meant to do what he's meant to do.
Yeah, and like, it's funny. We always say, like, we get coached up in a lot of different things. Obviously, we take coaching, but we have a joke in our locker rooms. Like, at the end of the day, like, you're a ball player. Like you're a ball player. So, like, what that block's going to feel like. You know how to tackle. You know how to get sacks. You know how to force fumbles. Like, just be a ball player. Like, at the end of the day, you've done it this whole time. You know what everything's going to feel like. So the coach only coaches to a certain extent. He can call a play, draw a play, and this is your sack right here. But you got to make the play. So.
See, that's why the Division I coaches at that level play Division I football in the SEC, because if you don't have that player-coach mentality, because I remember playing at UNH, and some coaches didn't have that mentality. They didn't have the mentality like, yo, you're a baller too. Like, you gotta be the baller. Our X's and O's can only get you to a certain point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Coaches like to keep it to, this is our system. This is how the system works. You gotta fall in place. But the highest level coaches can figure out which guys make the plays the most, and figure out ways to lock them down and make their jobs harder. And if they can't, then that person's better.
Yeah, it's literally like you said. They just find the guys who can make the plays on either side of the ball, and special teams as well, and highlight those guys and allow them to make those plays and put them in position to be a ball player. That's why you got some great players, you got some good players. And that's why you got successful teams, because they pick apart matchups and allow guys to just do their thing.
Think about it. What is it? 70 to 80 snaps one game. So 70 to 80 snaps. And there's how many checks getting written out there for that game on a Saturday? All those games across the nation just for 70 to 80 snaps a game.
Yeah.
And then how many you're taking? What? Close to what? 50 reps a thud in practice, maybe.
Maybe. Again, like
that's minimum.
Yeah, good on good, like not a lot throughout the season. You don't really go a lot of good on good.
No. In season, it's more about install, alignment, assignment, and like rhythm, like being. Then you just hit a different level come like October, and then November you get into different like shape. Really, that's my thing is the game up front. Like, if you can win that battle on the line of scrimmage, that's it. Like, I think it increases your odds of winning the game.
See, the best team in the country have the best offensive defensive line. That's how it works. Michigan, Bill Moore Award 2 years in a row in there, playoffs. And, obviously, how it gets. So, recruit the best, win the battle up front. The skill position is going to take care of itself, man. They're going to win their one-on-one matchups and go make plays. That's what they do. They're skilled enough. They're fast. They're athletic. Skill position is going to take care of itself. There's enough skill positions that all HBCUs, Division III, Division II, Division I, everybody can run fast. That up front, that's going to take care of business truthfully, and that's why the best teams are the best players up front.
So let me ask you a question. We of course we work with a lot of high school kids, 8th graders, who are trying to get to the next level. And one of the things I would like to ask on here is a little bit about your journey getting to the next level from high school. So what did that look like for you? Did you have, early offers? Was it a late game for you? How did that look for you? Because we've talked to a good amount of people at this point, and I like to hear everyone's journey because it's all different.
Yeah, I mean, my journey is pretty unique. So obviously, I just naturally have the size and speed that Division I coaches are looking for, and I've always been that way. So I got my first offer from Temple as a freshman, and that was like, okay, I want to play college football. I didn't even know what that meant.
Does Temple even play in any bowl games?
So I don't know now, but when they definitely had Matt Rule. So they're really good.
They're an NFL engine. I'll give them that. But I don't think they're a national competitor.
Yeah, no, not at that moment. They were pretty good. They were like probably the top 25 couple times. Matt Rule was their coach, so they were high level. And then I got that first offer as a freshman. Then I played my sophomore year. I probably had like 16 scholarship offers after my sophomore year from different schools, ACC, Big Ten, SEC. And then I'm like, okay, I'm on the fast track to become a 5-star. I had Alabama come watch me work out, Penn State, any team in the country you could think of came to watch me work out, right? And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna play.
Where was your dream?
I wanted to go to Stanford because that's like Stanford Notre Dame. That's like tight end U, like Stanford Notre Dame tight end U, and I play receiver.
You want to play?
Yeah, I want to play offense. Want to play tight end. Tight end U is Notre Dame or Stanford. I'm gonna go one of those places. My first visit I ever went to was Notre Dame after my sophomore year. So like, think about how many colleges. My first visit I ever went to. Well, not many schools compared to Notre Dame. So that was unique. So then after that, I got 16 offers. Sophomore year, I was uptick, about to become a 5-star. I'm already a 4-star at that point. Tight end, get recruited by every team in the country. Teams coming to recruit me, and then I get hurt my sophomore summer going into my junior year. I tear my ACL, my left knee, going into my junior year, playing basketball, AAU basketball. So that shook up my recruitment completely. I missed junior year is the most important season to get recruited, so I missed my whole junior year. So I'm on top of the world, and I'm like, okay, got to hit rock bottom and kind of work my way up to get recruited again.
Wow.
Come back, play 10 games of high school basketball, averaging a triple-double, tear my right ACL. So I missed my junior season of everything except 10 games of basketball. So you think about it. Schools are like, man, you got 2 years of high school. There's no way I'm going to be able to recruit you. The higher level schools.
Was it the same knee?
It was the other one. So So most schools are like, first of all, you're playing basketball. You get hurt playing basketball. I never heard playing football in my whole career. Thank God, I'm not gonna look on. Like, I mean, hurt play basketball. Like, what are you doing? Like, then you get 2 knee surgery in high school. How can we recruit you? How can we trust you to play Division 1 level? So I have to work my butt off, work my way to get back healthy, get back to my level of strength, get back to going to. I didn't even go to camps. I had to get healthy for my senior year and do what I do. And then, I ended up, playing really well my senior year, obviously. And again, at the end of the day, my situation is unique because I still have the size and speed and athleticism that people are still looking for. So at the end of the day, like the 2 knee surgeries deterred me from playing offense at some schools, and kind of like Alabama, like kind of didn't really, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe some schools like, shied away, but majority I was still fast, athletic, and big and played both ways. So, okay, so then I ended up, deciding team, Vanderbilt, Boston College, Tennessee, Michigan State. So still had a good amount of offers, ended up with like 25 offers, still had a good amount of offers, but it wasn't the offer list or type of high school student that I expected after my sophomore year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of our recruiting process. Then I chose Vandy because they wanted me to play defense. And I just decided to make that decision to play defense, and I felt like it was the best conference, obviously, and also got the best academics as well. Part of that reason of playing defense because I'd just be a unique figure and unique person out on defense, playing the edge at my size and speed and athleticism. Plus, edge rushers get paid a ton of money now versus ends, so that helps as well.
Amen. They call it the hybrid athlete on the football side of the. All these things we were just talking about before you came on. It's so crazy to hear it still fresh. Yeah, man. God bless you, dude. 2 knee surgeries before you even stepped on the college state football field. That's crazy.
And they end up going like that, and then I end up playing in the SEC, making a ton of plays, forced fumbles, sacks, fumble recoveries, picks, and all that stuff. 2-time captain at Vandy, and now I'm at a place where
you're back bottom of the pot. You got to start again.
Yeah, but even then, like I would have never thought I'm at a place where I'm in position to be a captain for the 3rd time at SEC program. At a new place, at a blue blood school, at a place where I had the opportunity to get. I started every spring practice. I had the opportunity to start and make a ton of plays in my last year of college football. After coming from where I come from, like, I mean, if you could have drew it up like this pre-injury, I'd be like, oh, let's do it, And I able to overcome those things. So it's like crazy.
Yeah, man. The community you're connected to now for the rest of your life, the alumni, when you come back, that's it. It's in your DNA now.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially once you start making plays this fall for Auburn, then all those cats out in the crowd, every time they see your face when you come back in years to come, it's like a whole different experience than when you played.
Yeah, wait.
When I played, I didn't. It was nice driving by the parking lot and seeing it and smelling the barbecue food. And I love going on the road and seeing all the fans all excited. And I knew like I'm about to go run for like a $183 touchdown. I love silencing crowds. I it's like the more chaotic the crowd was, the more composed I felt.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe there's something wrong with me. But I tip my hat off to you. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. I had a thumb surgery in high school, but my my shoulders, concussions, all that stuff, ankle, I went through the ripper. But to go through knee surgeries in high school, I know one kid, like small little soccer player, Matt Wedding. Kid's a beast. I think he had like 3 ACL surgeries. He's still playing soccer. There's certain people out that they're never gonna let anything beat them, not even the physical limitations. So kudos to you, and you put your right and your work ethic, because a lot of these kids today, man, it's like a generation of like they don't take initiative. They have to be told what to do, and they can't really detect if it's right or wrong. They don't have like a sense of this is wrong. Maybe I should do something about this, or maybe I should. They'll ride their bikes on the turf field. They're kids. Granted, they're still kids, but what's that been like for you transitioning with the tech world, with COVID, with the social structure of social media, blue check, NIL, right? All that stuff, because maybe that's why some of these kids are the way they are.
Oh,
And
100%. I mean, like I'm in a position where I have to, lead people and have for the past couple of years. And I even think about the freshmen that I used to lead and how I was as a freshman to the freshman now that I'm in this place. Like, it's completely different. It's hard for me to connect with them. But I think part of it's because a lot of the majority of the bottom half of the roster in age comes from COVID. So they had their senior year of high school where they kind of were in their room, like doing class on Zoom and no human interaction, no understanding how to like be a person in a way. So that's tough for them to deal with, honestly. And also everything's about now NIL, and these kids are getting paid money already, so they feel like they don't necessarily like have to go as hard or need the team to be good.
so
Like weird. It's like you're paying these kids up front before they even play it down and expecting them not to.
I didn't start thinking about anything like that until like I wanted to limit the amounts of times I hit my head in practice. I never thought about money. I always thought about how can, at the end of my career in practice, how can I reduce contact to get through the week so I can be out there on Saturday.
Exactly.
Kids are more like, oh, if I'm not getting paid, or I'm not going to that camp, or this. The opportunity today, the resources, it's profound. It's profound to get exposure. It really is profound, because name, image, and likeness, I think, also has a negative connotation associated with it, because people kind of associated with just with payment. I have a friend who works for a company, and I posted something about the kids from Florida coming up here, like, hey, come up to Jersey, because they can't make money down there at all because NIL. Well, the NIL isn't also just making money. It's a way also to provide means to support potential kids who can't afford things. So I have the opportunity to go and apply for sponsors, and with sponsorship funding, we're able to reduce the costs of our our admission fee for the players, and it gives us leverage to create some type of reward system, coupon and discount system with codes to help kids who can't afford it to get in. So if that is possible for a kid, also we could potentially partner with a big company and give out a gift to a kid now. Like, instead of getting a trophy as an award, imagine a pair of pit vipers. Like that is cool to me now as an entrepreneur and as someone who played college ball, because I didn't make one penny off of playing, and I'm still spending money to So if I was in your guys' shoes, man, my YouTube channel, I'd be all over it. I'd be contacting Nike. I'd be hitting everybody up. Like, yo, hit me up. I got you. Hit me up. I got you. Because it's the hourglass. It's the hourglass. Elijah McAllister is you. And that's your opportunity. Your name and not your numbers on a company's. They call it a university, but it's a company.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, you've been in school at a high level, and you know that. You say you didn't make one penny after you played, and you know what you went through during those times and how much you changed that locker room, that offense, that team, that university, because of the things you were doing and didn't get compensated for it. And that's something where it's like, you don't think about it that way unless you're in it. Like you said, unless you're in it, you don't know. But when you're in it, so okay, they probably should be getting paid a little bit. And like you said, some kids, and to be honest, it's hard to make it to the next level and make money off of playing your sport and your body. So it's like, everybody talks about the 1%, the 1% only make the NFL. And then once you get to the NFL, it's only about 3 years and blah, blah, you got to figure out this. Okay, so if that's the case, then while I'm at this level and I'm making plays and doing what I do, how come you can't take care of me, provide for me at this level?
The doghouse. It's doghouse. And what's crazy is this, with all the big corporate endorsement deals and bowl games. I was in college towards the end of my days. I'm like, why isn't there a credit system? Why isn't there a system that the hours, which every college athlete's hours logged in the facilities that have nothing to do with academics, should be documented? You should be checking in and checking out every hour you're logging in that facility. And there should be a credit system compensating you for that hour you spend in that facility for that program.
Yeah, because the programs are making like $250 million a year.
Even if it's minimum wage, that's fine. Give us a paycheck at the end of the week. Let us get compensated now for our work during the week. I get it. It's volunteer. You don't have to be here. You're signing a contract. But, I have to go to school. I have to go to get an education. I have to go. You have to sign up for your kids up for school. If they don't, their development is done. Exactly. So I've been forced to do all this. And now if this is an avenue for me to not have to go into military, to not have to work at a restaurant, right? Because you can't. Right now, I can tell you're at your spot. Yeah. You're probably looking through a playbook. Yep. You guys are definitely already on the field doing things way earlier than anybody else. And you're probably figuring out what the heck am I going to eat in the morning? You got weight room in the morning. Like you're in it.
Exactly. And it's, you hit it the nail on the head. It's like, you take so much time to do what you do and to hopefully get to the next level. But also we have so much time we have to be at the facility doing things. The only time I'm home was to sleep, then get up. I had this funny thing, a couple of my friends, we used to back before NIL was a thing, we used to drive DoorDash and Uber Eats, different things like that, and Instacart to make some money. So we got some walk around money or some money to get some food, different things like that, because and our coaches to get mad because you should be watching film doing this. I'm like, dude, I can't even get a job to make money or anything. And I'm putting all these hours in the weight room you want me to keep my weight up, but I can't even, what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. I be at Chipotle every day this week. How do you want me to get my weight up? I ain't got the money to keep my weight up. There's too much going on. So it's people don't even think about that. It's we don't even have the time to go get a job. Then I have to keep my weight up. If I don't make weight, everybody's going to be pissed in the organization. But then there's not so many cheap options to eat or eat the same thing. It's too, come on, man. There's so much.
There's so much to it. And
it's called life.
Because I could relate so much to it. I remember those mornings. I remember those days. The dining hall after a few years, you just don't want to go there no more. And even though now I'm out of there, I wish I could go in that dining hall. If I could make Belgian waffles and English muffins, man, that place. But all in all, dude, it's crafting you, it's molding you, and it's gonna come full circle because, like I said, when I connected with you initially and I saw your foundation, again, I want to talk about that. That's probably our next subject.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, on my LinkedIn profile, it says all for one for all. In my bio. It's the only thing that says information. And a friend of mine who passed away, he painted that on his boat this summer right before he passed away, all for one. So I actually have that tattoo right here.
Wow.
All for one. That was in honor of him. His name was Eric. So yeah, when I saw that, and your name Elijah, that relates to a Bible figure that I study. So there's a lot of alignment. So that's why we're here.
100%.
So tell us about the foundation.
Yeah, I mean, it was something where, I did a lot of community service stuff throughout my college career and even high school too, just giving back to the community and helping anybody in need. And just a servant heart is something that I always had. Obviously, continue to lead my teams that I've been on and serve my teammates. And they give me that back. Honor to wear the captain's badge. Super important to be able to lead them in a battle in a lot of different ways. But I don't know. I started about a year and a half ago, and just wanted to continue to give back to communities that give to me. So, when I was at Bandy, it was Nashville and New Jersey, obviously, as well. I'm now here at Auburn, and still in New Jersey, just having football camps, having the kids just have fun, learn about various different things like football, mental health. I like eat food, so it's going to be about food center things. And then, now in Auburn, July 20th, I have a back to school drive. We give school supplies to different kids and just honestly give back. Like you said, I'm at this space where I have a platform to do a lot of different things, and people listen to the things I say, and I have a platform not only within my teams that I occupy, but the social media following and everything in between. The platform is going to get bigger the more plays you make, but platform is important and what you put out there is important because people listen. If I can put out there a message of love, positivity, and giving back to people that have helped me, then I'm going to do it. And that's kind of how I started it. I used to wear 41 back at Vandy, my early years. That's how I got the all for one and one for all. Because, it's like sacrificing yourself for the greater good of the group, greater good of the group, sacrificing yourself for the individual. That's kind of how it is. And then, it's something where I don't think high school kids realize at their I have this platform, ex-football player, and people see me, but they have a platform and impact within their community, within their schools. Things they say, the conversations they upkeep, people they're around. That's their little platform right now. So, like, everybody knows about what you do and how you do it and the people you interact with and how you operate. So that platform for them is important too, where they are right now.
My man's college for these young fools.
They have to know because this stuff.
They needed it. El Capitan, SCP is in the building, young.
They don't listen, man. They don't listen. They just they think they know everything, man. These kids today.
And I tell people all the time, like, I'm giving back because there were people in my life that sacrificed for me, like, to get to where I am right now. People just see the product on the field and you run out and there's 85,000 fans sold out and, like, you're out there third and long and you're hyping the crowds. Like, he's like, oh, he's on TV. It's amazing. They don't see the people who, when I was in high school, that, sacrificed for me, and the people like yourself, like y'all, are giving kids a platform or opportunity to play the game that they love and do what they want to do at a high level on a stage where they can get exposure. A lot of people in this world don't have the heart or time, or energy or passion to do something like that. They just simply don't, or they don't care. But the people that do, they need to make sure they attach themselves to that. Well, they're going to help you.
You hit that right on the nail. That's exactly. I feel like you're talking to me when I'm in college. I'm talking to you when you're an entrepreneur in my mind. I don't know if you're a business major, but I could see you being big time, like business development, business leadership. I don't know if you're going for your MBA. I don't think you really need it, to be honest. I'm an SCC. I'm a CEO of 2 companies, PE degree. So you learn as you go. And you got a bright future, man. I'm really excited for your fall. A lot of hard work put into one season for you, where you get to kind of just now, like, really just bask in your dreams, man. Straight up, bask in it. Get all the content you can. Get as much family as you can there, and enjoy it, because every week that goes by is 1 week gone.
Yeah,
that's it. This is it. It's different. I'm sure you've already felt it at media day. I remember going into my senior media day, everything was different because I knew it was the last. Everything's the last. It's your last home opener. It's your last home game. It's your last.
All right. Jeez, man.
No, I'm trying to remember. This is the stuff, though, that we talked about in the locker room. Sure. So then you can make sure you make the most out of each rep in each day you have, bro, because it's real. Because once that last day is over, everyone leaves. They go home. They go to their parents. They fly back home. And now everyone's on an aggressive hunt to find where they're going to go next, because it's all up in the air. So when are you going to take the time to talk about it? I get it. Easy. Just when, like, people want to talk about concussions, I was like, yo, easy. I don't want to hear this. I'm a running back. I'm violent. But that has to be discussed, so that let's have that talk. What's your plan in the future beyond football?
Oh, man, I always say, like, man, I just want to be able to play football as long as I can. But I also, have an understanding that can get taken away just like this. I never expected to have my knee surgery in high school or anything like that. And I expected to be 3 years in college and go on to the NFL like everybody else in the world, right? So I want to play football for as long as I can. But, afterwards, man, I just want to continue to give back to the community, but also, start my own business in some type of capacity, whether that's the NIL space, whether that's, continuing to impact lives, fueling through my foundation, different like that. And then ultimately, I want to be a professor at a university, man, and write my own book on leadership and change, and try to give people some knowledge in that way.
Amen.
That's awesome.
Continue to give back to my community and just continue for people to learn from my experiences that, like, the next generation is better than the generation after that. But that's after I play, and hopefully I want to get away from the game after that. I play in the NFL for a handful of years, get away from the game, but who knows? You guys know, like, the game is amazing. It's hard to leave, so I wouldn't mind being a coach at a high school and just winning a million state championships and living life. So
what's meant for you is going to be there for you. The Tom Brady route's always there. Being in the game forever, some people, it's meant to be that way. And I hope it's like that for every person who laces up. When I speak on these subjects, it's not to deter the mind from what you're so focused on. It's more so to just remember the reality. If life is a football field, football is the first 2 yards. If that's the reality of it, who are you beyond football? Football is like an expressive form of yourself, but it's not ultimately who you are. Who you are is what people feel when they're around you. And that to me is far more important than like what you accomplish on the football field. Because what you accomplish and what you don't accomplish on the football field doesn't take away from who you are. And that's important to remember, because I was in your shoes and I was the same way. I was very nearsighted. I didn't want to think of none of that. I was never in my sight ever. But now where I'm at, if I was to talk to my young self, I'd just be like, look at the game of chess. How can you put yourself in a position to say checkmate?
Tough.
And what is your checkmate? What is it that you want? What is it you want to take off the table?
Yeah.
And a lot of people have no clue of either. And when I was your age, I knew exactly what I wanted, and I knew I wanted to take. I wanted to be an NFL football player, and I was willing to take every hit, every injury, every form of suffering that came. But when I had a lot of concussions and no cartilage in your left shoulder, like, I knew, because I had to get my body right, because you had to get your body back, that my body couldn't do it no more. I just knew that with the damage I did to my shoulder, I couldn't play. So that's even harder to explain to people when you physically can't. So rock out, dude. God bless you, man. And like, sky's the limit. And like our first episode, was that our first episode? Yeah, RJ was our first episode. RJ is a CFL kid. He was a teammate of mine. He just retired, 10 years of a pro career, going from the Saints, bouncing around the NFL, the Falcons, and he ended up in Ottawa for like 9 years. So now he's transitioning in life. He's getting into like cybersecurity, and he's got 3 kids. So hey, that's all. I just want people to remember you're more than just a football player.
Absolutely. Listen, Elijah, we really appreciate having you on. Before we get you off here, tell everyone where they can find you and where they can get some updates on you going forward.
Yeah, man. So my social media is the same in all platforms, man. It's E_McAllister1. It's E_McAllister 1. And all my foundation stuff, different things like that are in my bio. Who I am and what I put out there is simply me. Just you can kind of find it out there. And then last thing I want to say is thank y'all for having me on this show.
Of course.
I really do appreciate it, man. Allow me to share my story. Most importantly, man, thank y'all for continuing to give back to the kids and truthfully, like, invest in them. I haven't seen a lot of people in New Jersey particularly put the time and the effort in to push content out, to set up camps, to set up different events for these younger kids and really get some exposure and ultimately play the game they love against the best players they can. And that's something that's fun, that they get connections with, that memories that they'll never forget. I still remember all the camps I went to, all the people I met, all the 7-on-7 games I had in high school, differences like that. Y'all changed the game, and this game is becoming more ownership oriented from the player standpoint and from the athlete standpoint, from the coach standpoint. Y'all are taking and running with it. So glad to see it.
That, man.
I haven't seen a lot of people in New Jersey do it, so I'm supportive, man. I appreciate that.
Wow.
Thanks.
Awesome. Really appreciate that, man. Because you and just for me, like, that's what we're trying to do, and not many people. Everyone cares about winning. You know how it is. And that's not what we're really about. Of course, we want to go out and compete and blah, blah, blah. But I really appreciate those words. I know Nico, those words are huge to him. So
I believe in, as a football player, like, I'm wired a certain way, and you have the itch to still help, and you're doing it. I was focused on doing it. I didn't even have an itch to go help nobody else, and other than my teammates. And obviously community that your coaches put you in front of. But now that I'm like coaching youth football and I'm working with athletes, I want to give back the same kind of level from the D1 level. Why not? Right? A lot of people are like, oh, don't train a 7-year-old like a pro athlete. You don't have to put them through pro drills, but you could keep it real with them. Why not? You could see if they could try it. You could get the footwork down an inside zone. Why not try it? Yeah. Like I had a 12-year-old today he's the first 2 highlights on my story. 12 years old, that kid. His name's Joaquin. Bro, like the moves this kid was making and the cuts he was making, he didn't even know how to take a handoff.
Natural ability.
He's been playing football for 5-6 years. You don't know how to set up at running back correctly with his feet, and you get what I'm saying. So, and now I'm in it more because I want to just teach that. I want to make sure they know inside elbow to the quarterback is always going up. Keep your shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. Don't turn your shoulders to the quarterback because then you're giving everything away. Keep your eyes forward. Scan the field every single play. There's certain sequences on the field that everyone's talking about in their brains, and if you can't catch into that, good luck.
Yeah,
you're gonna get smashed.
For sure. Well, listen, Elijah, again, we really appreciate you coming on. Honestly, we can't wait to have you back, maybe after the season, see how you feel at that point. And we look forward to it, man. And definitely continue the journey. And we wish you the best, dude.
Yep. Thank y'all, man. I have a goal.
All right. You too.
Eagle, baby.
Or Eagle, let's go.
That's SEC football, bro. I gotta calm down.
Dude, the difference between all of our guests' journey is unbelievable. Like, his journey sounds amazing, but also terrible at the same time with his injuries. But
I think I know the name.
Say that again?
I think I know the name of this episode.
What is it?
Captain War Eagle.
Captain War. That's it. I got you.
Captain War Eagle. That kid is gonna be a head coach in the SEC, bro.
Dude,
straight up. He don't even. He's got a bright future, bro. That kid
really does.
The fact that he just said, "I don't want to get away from the game," he ain't going to.
No.
He's gonna be involved in this game a long time. And
he's got some great connections. He seems like a great kid, man. It's super mature for his age.
Get excited for kids like that, like.
Dude, I love hearing these stories, man.
You're not happy for kids that like are overcoming and defying the odds and
right.
have a story they want to share, and then they appreciate the simple fact that if they were in high school and this was provided for them, they're understanding the value of it from this end.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kids who are in high school right now, they're like, yo, I want number 2. I want number 3. I'm like, those guys are ruthless, man. Get numbers and throw them out, all right? Come and make a play.
Well, you know what? I wanted to ask you, actually. When you went to Elite 11, how serious were the kids there? How serious was the atmosphere?
Oh, man. More serious than it was like you're talking about the quarterback position.
I get it.
Personalities are aligned with the position. Remember that.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is a stuff that, again, a lot of coaches don't want to talk about. They don't understand it, but personalities matter. You need to have certain personalities on your team, and as a coach, you have to learn how to delegate and manage them, and find a way to communicate just to a point where they love you and respect you enough where they won't cross that line. Because you're going to get some kids who are dogs that they might not have the best attitudes or behaviors, but you need to find a way to work with them, because they shouldn't be shorted an opportunity just because they operate a little different.
Yeah.
Football's a war zone, and it's a violent game. So if somebody doesn't know how to snap out of that, that's not their fault.
I'm with you, dude.
You got to hit coach. You haven't hit somebody in 20 years. So, like, shut up. Blow your whistle.
Well, listen, man, another great pod. Want to thank our sponsors again. Nico, name them off. Please name off the sponsors again. Dude, I can't right now. I can't.
I need to make a shirt. Shut up. Shut up. Master at work.
Well, listen, everyone. We really appreciate it. It's been a great pod. Next week.
Definitely one of my favorite. And yes, I did shave my head.
True, we didn't hit on that.
Sweat 440, Royal Jewelers, the best pizza in Tom's River. No question. Charlie's Pizza.
I agree.
Buffalo Wild Wings. How you doing? Go get yourself some
Ocean Organics.
bargains and bundles. If you're looking for some really good stuff, hit up Bargains.
Dude, our pitches for these
Ocean Organics, the best vegan juice out there. Ain't nobody better.
Absolutely. Nobody. I do agree, man. I mean, Tom's River, it's got some good stuff out there. Well, listen, thank you again, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, and look for this pod coming out soon. Thanks, everyone.
Elijah.
Yeah, dope. He's gonna do great. I can't wait to watch him. Honestly, talked about being on TV. I can't wait.
But what did I say about the weight? I
know, dude. You were so on about that.
Because I had to pick up the 45. Guess what? Thank God. Thank God I have to pick up a 245 DN. But all I'm thinking is, how athletic is this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I had to pick up 270, 275 dudes at 6'6", 6'5", 6'4". And them dudes are stout. And they're athletic. And you got to go smack them in their face. Otherwise, you're going to feel like literally you got hit by a truck.
I mean, that sounds awful,
dude. The running back, at least, you got to pick up defensive ends, linebackers, safeties, corners. And sometimes if a nose guard gets through free, you got to collect. So the running back position for me is like one of the toughest positions on the field. You got to.
Well, of course. That's totally a biased answer, though.
No, not really.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Dude, you were running back for how many years? How many years were you running back?
We catch.
Just answer my question.
Just for 1 second. We catch. Okay. We run.
Okay.
The ball.
Sure.
So we carry the ball and carry people on us.
You're blocking.
We block and blitz. We block and run. We block and pass.
Okay. Yeah.
We tackle if there's an interception.
Of course.
We're most likely on special teams.
Okay.
And we have to pick up the biggest people on the field and the most athletic people we have to make miss and run by.
I mean, listen, your fight against it is pretty insane, actually. I'm not going to lie.
I have a pretty good understanding of the running back. And if you are not equipped physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you will not survive.
Yeah. All right.
They'll find a way to just use you for little things, and you'll just be a player. But you'll never be the dude. You'll never be the third down running back. To be a third down running back, you got to be able to break a 75-yarder on inside zone and break 2-3 tackles with 2-3 missed blocks. With a perfect defensive play called up against you, and you still found a way to score. And you could be a third down running back.
Well,
still get out of my coach's office.
I can't wait until you're telling these 12-year-olds how it is, bro.
12-year-olds? Oh man, I'm gonna put out like I mean NIL. I mean maybe I'll put out like ice cream money. You know, whoever wins the whoever wins the event tonight, I'm buying you an ice cream. Yeah. Gotta make this shit competitive, bro.
See you later, everybody. We appreciate you.